Hello, 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 everyone. It's K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. Today's a drizzly, chilly day. It's gray. It's like there's a mist happening. Like grocery shopping this morning, and it's like walking through a cloud. It's not really rain. It's like a really heavy fog that it's just wet and gray. It's chilly. It's cold damp this time. Normally we get dry cold. This is damp. It feels much colder than it is currently. 14 degrees Celsius, which means it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Air quality is a 1. So it's still good out there. All good. Hey Lisa, nice to see you. Today I am going to make some faux washi tape. I don't normally buy washi tape. I use it. I don't have any. So I usually make my own. So when I was doing that journal, I realized I was out of blue washi tape. So I'm going to make some blue washi tape today. So I've got some blue tissue paper torn up, 3 different blue napkins because I'm going to do 3 sheets. That way I've got enough to last me a long time. So I've got bits of blue napkin. I got this sticky thing and I don't know what it is. It's very interesting. We're just going to stick that in the corner. So I've got that. I've decided that I'm going to use some of this Korean English dictionary page because it's very, very thin. I can get away with it and not have to put heavier book page down. Just going to be using this sporadically. Hey, Belinda, nice to see you. Doing faux washi today. My desk was clean, but I started loading it up with stuff for this project. But it was clean, honestly. They picked up the journal last night, so yay, it's done, it's gone. I'm happy about that. And I'm just tearing up some of this dictionary because, like I say, it's thin enough. I will be using Mod Podge, not glue. I like the way that it seems to work for me when I do this. I'm thinking this should probably be good. These papers aren't very big, and once this is down, I'm going to be rolling over with some paint, and then I'm going to be stenciling on it. I'm doing some mark making. I think that it should be interesting enough. But this just gives the, it's like it's got writing. It's like it's got writing. Good, good, good. Hi, Anina. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. As I say, faux washi. So I've got tracing paper. I'm going to do 3 different sheets because I got 3 different napkins. I got paint to use with a roller. And then I've got some metallic paints that I'm going to use with stencils. And then I am going to do like some black circles or whatever over the top. I haven't decided what exactly I'm doing yet. All right, let's move this mouse out of the way because I'm going to keep hitting it and it's going to be annoying. Okay, so let's get 3 sheets of tracing paper. Oh, this is a weird tracing paper. It's got like a coat. I don't love that tracing paper. Not sure that one's going to work. It's got some weird plasticky kind of coating on it. It's probably for using it with something other than what I normally do. I like this Crayola tracing paper, to be honest. This is my favorite. It's got a bit of a tooth to it. Hey, Stephanie. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Like I say, I use tracing paper. And then I cut it into strips and do it that way. Yeah, Stephanie just taught us a whole bunch of different tapes. Like she used different tapes and things like alcohol inks, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was fun. Malia, how are you, sweetheart? Your girls are back at school. Is enjoying it. Oh, I got more than the 3 papers. But see, I like the tracing paper because it's so nice and fine. Nice and thin, and it's see-through. Opaque, I like that little bit of transparency we get. I'm going to put that one on the side. Okay, so we're going to start just by slopping down some. We're going to use the napkins. Ooh, I didn't screw the lid on this, and I picked it up by the lid. I caught it before it went upside down under my desk. Whoa, you guys didn't see that. I'm amazed at how fast I moved there. All right, let's just play. I have Mod Podge. I have a brush. I got bits. Oh, that's good. Good. All right. Like I said, I'm doing 3 different ones. Putting down some Podge. Putting down some napkin. Put some Podge on top. You know how it goes. This, basically I do kind of like a master board on tracing paper. Is the way I see this. And it doesn't matter because we're cutting it into little strips, right? But I was out of blue. Out of blue. And yeah, the paper warps a little bit, but you know what? It gives it a cool texture. I did get very lucky. It was amazing. It was amazing. I probably have too much of the napkins torn up. Somebody's messaging me, and of course I don't have that happening. I'm sorry, I've got a very sick sister at the moment. I kind of need to know what's happening. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Sorry. I have to check on how that's working. What's happening in that part of life. And yeah, buckles the paper, but I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with it. Do. I don't remember it buckling quite this much. It's fine. I like it. I have no problem with it. I just don't remember it. It's because when I do washi papers like this, I usually do 3 or 4, and it lasts me a long time. Normally I do various colors. Today I am not. And yeah, I'll go off the edge a little bit just so that each piece is going to have some of that color on it. Way thick this here washi. And oh, I got one more. Let's put this down here. Down here. It's okay if some of the strips don't have that color on it. It's no big deal. By the time I'm done, things are going to flow enough that it will be just fine. So now I'm going to throw on just a couple of pieces of this blue tissue paper. And I don't really overlap these papers. And I don't care if it goes off the edge, because I will be trimming it anyway. And as I say, I'm just using really thin papers. And we'll put a piece of blue down here. Shannon, how are you, hon? Plasticky thicker? Yeah, I think that's what that other stuff was. It seemed really thick. But I really like the Crayola. I don't know even how stuff will stick to that plasticky stuff. I really don't know. Shannon, what's your weather like, hun? We got some sort of really weird misty rain junk happening here today. It's only like 14 degrees. Nuts, nuts, I tell you. To those of you down south, that's like 57. All right, so I got some of the blue. Now we'll just put a few little bits of this. You getting there? Okay. Good, good. Good, good. And like I say, this is Korean English dictionary pages. They're very, very thin. Didn't get under that edge. Now, I know that there are a lot of like stamps with writing on it. I've used them. In the past doing this. I've used all kinds of different stamps. And it works good, but I mean, I can go on top of this with different stamps anyway. But this is the base. We're making sure we've got the base done. See, even that dictionary page is just a little bit thicker than I would like. Because I like it being really, really translucent. And that page is just a little thick. Yeah, well, nice, nice, Shannon. We had in the 30s yesterday. It was a stinking hot day yesterday. It was crazy hot. Stephanie, I'm assuming your temperatures are pretty close to mine. I'm so glad I got that dictionary, that journal done yesterday, guys. It's gone. They picked it up. Made me happy that it's out of here. But, you know, I have to laugh because you know how junky and stuff it was. Obviously, they're car people, right? They're car people because this journal was for a car show. Yeah, it's like walking in a mist. It's crazy. Um, so when she picked it up, she just kind of, you know how chunky it was, right? Like brutally, brutally fat journal. And she kind of looked at me side-eyed, like, what the heck is this? But that's okay. Those who know. Those who don't work on cars. I don't know. I can't say that. Like I say, my brother-in-law's got a fancy car or a show car. My brother's got a show car. My son-in-law's got a show car. Or he's working on a car right now. So, and because they are helping a couple of families locally, it was a fundraiser to help out a couple of families in the area who are struggling. I'm more than happy to give them a journal, even if they look at me like I'm on glue or something. You know how it goes. Ron is currently out there flocking the jewelry boxes. Well, two of them anyway. All right, we'll put this one down, and then we're going to put this one aside to dry because I'm going to roll over it with some paint. I've got neon blue, and I've got this turquoise that it's going to go with this one, and then that blue is going to go with the other two. But that needs to dry. And we start the process again. I know. An old Model T. That's awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask you if you could send me her channel because I know she's got a channel and I would love to support her. This napkin is almost like constellations. Do I have a big piece of it here? I don't think so. Anyway, it's got all these dots and little lines for all over the place. Let's get rid of that mouse from the middle of my screen. So I thought that this would be kind of a fun one to do. I'm trying to do some noticing that I don't have washi tape that I could use in a masculine journal. Everything else is flowers and you know how that works. So I figured that not only do I need blue that could be used in a multitude of things. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Hey, Belinda, nice to see you. I don't know if I said hi to you. If I didn't say hi to you, I'm sorry. I'm kind of in a zone. I'm on a mission to get this done. I'm going out to play with the ladies in town this evening. There is a Tuesday, the first and third Tuesday of the month. They get together and create whatever people are working on. You work on what you bring. And they usually do it Tuesday afternoons, but the lady who runs it knows I stream, so she's also opened her home up to do it in the evenings so that I can go. I'm very happy. Very happy. Because even though we don't work on the same kind of things, because a lot of times I just take my watercolor doodles, right? Um, Even though we don't work on the same kinds of things, it's nice to have other creatives in your life that you can visit with. And they do such interesting things that you get inspiration, right? It's the additional inspiration I'm always looking for. Hey, Teresa. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's kind of like the Zodiac. Don't know if that's what it is. I just call it the constellation paper. And I have lots of it, so it's like use it up because. So I haven't decided either, and I don't normally decide until I start cutting it, whether I'm going to go vertically or horizontally when I cut the strips. I never know what I'm doing. It is. It is. Like I have never been to a crop before, and the ladies have convinced me, or they have. It's not like they twisted my arm or anything, but they've talked about it so often that it's like, yeah, I want to do one of those. Now, I had signed up for one in May, but we all know what happened with that. I didn't get to go between smoke and things. Stephanie's also in Ontario, Shannon. She just painted a triptych of mountains and stuff. It's beautiful. It reminded me of like the day today, just that misty, moody landscapes. They were stunning, absolutely stunning. Hi, Chunky. His name is Shannon. Did I get a little carried away with these napkins? Is there going to be room for other stuff? We'll make them fit. We'll just rip smaller pieces, right? Right. Now we'll use some of this blue tissue. I know this is a lot longer than what you taught, Stephanie. Takes time, takes time. And you know, for the amount of time this takes, I could probably buy washi tape. But like everything else, I get tired of patterns really fast. At least with this, it's all broken up. Like, even though they're all going to be, it's not repetitive, is what I'm getting at. These are going to overlap a little bit. It's okay. Trying to find an unsticky piece of this paper. And I think I want a little one here and a little one there. And I still have to put the book page on. But the book page I can rip much smaller and easier. Hey, Jan, nice to see you. Jan, I sent you another group in case you're interested, because I know that you have nothing to do on your busy plate. There happens to be a group of junk journalers on the island that Jan lives on that was looking for people to get together with once a month. So I sent Jan that link. Okay, we're gonna let this one dry. One more, and then we're gonna pull out the paint. Hey, Vicky, nice to see you. No, it's an ATC group, Jan. It's an ATC group. It's a Canadian ATC group. And oh, hey, I was going to put the see, Kim's not paying attention. Dictionary page. Um, Yeah, it's a Canadian ATC group. And they do themed and monthly swaps, or people just swap, you know. And we all know how many ATCs I usually have floating around. So it works. It works. Vicky is doing a tag, making tags. I haven't. I got so much happening. I just couldn't join the ongoing process that she's doing right now. And then Tony's got that October prompt thing coming up. You guys are just all so busy. And here's me just gluing bits of paper down. Anina just did an incredible set of ATCs and she had a couple left, so I'm doing a swap with her for those. I'm excited. Like I say, this one's pretty full of other stuff, and I'm still going to go over it with the roller. All right, last one. Last one. Yeah. Yeah, my tape does have more texture. Maybe. Yes. It does. Because it doesn't help that I do it this way too. But I don't know. I mean, I can feel this stuff, but it's not blatant. You know what I mean? Yes, Anina is in Switzerland, so. Because I mean, after the last stuff that went down south, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. I can't because it's going to cost you guys money in the end with all these new duties and stuff. Hippie festival in Nanaimo in the 80s. Shannon, really? I'm sorry. I believe it. Shannon does incredible stuff. She's got such a great eye for color. I just slap things. And thank you, Vicky. I just love to play. So for those of us on budgets, and you know, the things I do are low on budgets, but they could be time intensive. So you have to decide if you've got the time or the willingness to do this kind of thing, or if it's just easier for you to buy washi. To be honest with you, I like doing this because it uses up stuff and not just the little hole punches that I normally have. Because we all know how I like my little bits. This gives me an excuse to actually put down some bigger pieces of stuff. Use up bigger pieces of stuff. I started watching some video. It just popped up. You guys know how I usually have an audiobook going, and it switched to an art video. And this lady was doing such incredible mixed media embroidery, and it was stunning, absolutely stunning. So I've got a feeling I'm going to be doing some more trash embroidery. Yeah, I know. See, anything that goes to the States, they feel the envelope, and if it does not feel like just a card or a letter, they charge you parcel price because they can. And it does come back to you. This is part of the reason I was having such a problem with my local post lady, because right from the bat she was saying, it's going to come back. You can't do that. It's going to, and I just got irritated with that fact, and I went to the next town to mail my stuff to you guys. But now it's, I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on, because I took, and I'm paying parcel price, right? Like a couple of ATCs, and they want close to $5 to ship it. So until something comes about where you guys aren't gonna, because then of course they want to know what it's worth, right? Well, yeah, you guys know. I know you know. I've been on this soapbox before. We'll put it away now. Yeah, I've done some stitching on ATCs. But I mean, I'll do random stitching on book pages just to throw in. Well, you guys saw I did those pages of embroidered bits. Oh, that folded. No, don't fold. Don't fold. Don't fold. Well, that's going to definitely have texture. Just for you, Stephanie. Just for you. Like, I don't do like really fancy embroidery on the ATCs or anything. I'll just do like a running series of stitches down a side, or I'll do X's down a side. Nothing too elaborate. Nothing too elaborate. But yeah, I've got my sewing machine back, right? So I was actually thinking today that I need to stitch up that edge of that junk embroidery and finish it off. I'm excited about that. Very excited about that. Then, of course, our beautiful Jean. Are you here, Jean? Hey, Andrea, nice to see you, hon. No, Jean's not here. Has been sending me all these incredible. We got to try this. So I'm kind of looking forward to winter where I'm more housebound. Not that I haven't been housebound this summer, but you know what I mean. Wow, I got lots of blue tissue paper here. So as I say, I'm just doing the base for the washi tape papers. And maybe a little bit down here. Do you have wood in the microwave? Ron? What? Did you just put wood in the microwave? No. Okay. He just came in from the shop and I heard the microwave beeping. So it's like, okay. He's been known to fill the house with smoke from drying wood in the microwave. I just wanted to be prepared. Very trusting wife, eh? The worst was when I was doing catering for my daughter's wedding shower thing. And I've got a friend over and we're doing all those fancy little rolled sandwiches and what have you. And he decided to dry stuff in the whole house was full of smoke. We had to go outside for over an hour before we could get back in and get back to work. So I get very cautious now when it's like, just get yourself a microwave for the shop, guy. Like, just do that, because seriously, love them to pieces though. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Lee. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Those of you who do not know Lee, Lee does model railroading. So if anybody's working on a diorama or that kind of thing, go check out Lee's channel because you will get some cool ideas for sure. I just watched him do like a little pond. Oh, it almost makes me want to do modeling stuff. This close, this close. You got a premiere video tomorrow? All right. What time? I don't have that many skills. I have many things I like to play with. My daughter did a drive-by hugging this morning. We just got back from grocery shopping and just finished unloading the car. Ron was just heading back outside and he was facing me, just chatting. And all of a sudden our daughter opens the door and yells and made him jump. It was hilarious. $5:30 UK time? Okay, so that's 11:30 my time, I think. 6 hours difference? Is that what we decided? All right, I'm going to leave this at this. Perfect, perfect. Let's rinse this brush out. It's not going to rinse great because this is just water, but we're going to make do with that. I'll have to peel the glue off the ferrule later, and we'll put it down here to dry. Plastic bag for this one. I have it. There it is. There it is. Okay. So, tracing paper glued on napkin bits, tissue paper bits, and dictionary page. And the reason I used this dictionary is because I thought it was thin enough to kind of give it an opaque feel, but is not doing what I had anticipated, or I wanted it more translucent, but that's okay. We will make do with what we've got. Yeah, yeah. She just kind of ran in, gave us a hug and kiss, and we went and saw her dogs, and there she was gone. It's lovely. See, I do drive-by soupings. I make a big pot of soup, and then I take it to the kids' places. They take what they want. All right. So this one's dry enough that we can put some paint on it. So this one, I decided I'm going to use this Deco Art turquoise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll some out. This is not a gel plate. This is one of my faux ones with just a piece of foam in a plastic bag. Well, isn't that what other mothers do? I don't know. That's what I do. Okay. Whoop. Lots of dry paint. I'm going to put some of this paint down. Don't need that much. I am going to brayer it out. Brayer it out. Sort of, just lightly. Not too worried about it. And then I am going to take this roller. I used hot glue to do little circly things on a roll from the vinyl for the Cricut because it's really, really solid cardboard, and I really like to use that. And it'd be really heavy. And I can go over it a few times, until I've got quite as much color as I would like. Yeah, I've got all these little rollers because the big rollers, I find when I'm painting walls now, oops, my hands can't handle the weight of the big roller, like my wrists can't do that. So I've got all these little ones. It might take a while to get the wall done, but and then I got Ron to cut them for me on the bandsaw, and I've got a whole series of these interesting little rollery things. Now you can't see that blue very much, but that's perfectly fine. It just gives that little bit more of the color, takes out a little bit of the white. Put this aside to dry, and we are going to, I don't have anything for the brayer off. Look, I have a piece of tracing paper. We'll do this. Look, I have a dirty roller underneath that. Why is that doing? My. See, normally I get these grungies from my gel plate. I've never had a roller do this before. This is going to be a very interesting piece of paper. I like that. The simple things that amuse me, right? I'm going to switch this roller out for a different one. And I'm going to be using this neon blue. I'm just looking for a piece of paper towel because otherwise my hand is going to be totally blue. I'll just use this. Yeah, like I wasn't going for a really heavy on that. This time I am going to go for a heavier roller. because I got all these to choose from. I think I'm going to do these squares with that neon blue. Because that neon blue is pretty translucent, transparent, whatever you want to call it. And again, I use this like a gel plate, right? I'm not worried about getting it all off because I don't mind if I get a little bit of this color on the other ones. I'm not that picky. All right. We'll put this on here. What is the base of the roller? This cardboard is from the tubes from inside the vinyl for the Cricut. It's really solid. And it fits really nice on these little rollers. Okay, we're going to move this. We're going to put some of this down. I got paint all over. Yeah, that way you can make all your own little texture-y things. I see that this one's lifting a little bit, so it's okay. Whatever. Thanks, guys. See, so this isn't going to show very much at all either. It's really a strange paint, but I'm going to use that on both of the other two. And again, I'm not worried about it being overly thick or anything, you know. Then you put your hand in it, because you can. We're just giving it hints of color. Just little hints of color. There's a piece of plastic sticking on that. I can just see me dumping that. Seriously, I can. See what I mean? Like it's so thin, this neon paint. I'm thinking that's going to make some really cool leaves with those speckles of green in there. All right, one more to go. And then we're going to put some black paint down, and we're going to make some marks. Other kind of marks. Wherever that water is, it's in the way. Annoying. And we're going to just go off this edge. A little bit more over here. And here. All right. I know. Got to put your hand in it. You've known me for too long, Melissa. If anybody is unaware, Malia does. She puts packages together of junk journaling stuff, old book pages, all that really, really cool stuff. All right, I wanted some black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some black down on here. I'm going to roll it out, and then I'm going to use things like, everything's buried. This oval, I'll use this oval, and then I'm going to do maybe some circles, and then I'm going to pull out a stencil, and I've got some metallics, and I'm going to put a metallic on each of them, and then I'm going to call them done. Yeah. So this is how I do my washi. And of course, you know, a lot of times I use that big swirl stamp that I've got. Don't know what I'm going to do. Didn't put lots of paint down, but that's just fine. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come through with like a glitter paint. You know, I've got all those kids' glitter paints, and I'll just do patches of the glitter paint on here. No rhyme or reason, just do it. And then the last step, like I say, I'm going to use a metallic. Oh, overlapping. I guess I'll have to do that through the whole thing now. It's okay. I can do it. I've got the technology. Look how technical I am. And there. And there. All right. One more. I lied. 3 more. So I like that one. I'm going to have to put a little bit more black down. Oh, I got an idea. Get a piece of paper in there. We'll just get rid of that. This foam that's in here is thinner and softer than the other foam that I normally use. We're going to use this. I hear you, Malia. I hear you. This is a lid from my almond butter. Excellent. Excellent, Malia. I really like this mark. I'll be honest with you. It's one of my favorite ones now. All right. One more. I wonder what kind of marks I should make with this one. I think I just want some circles, just some regular circles. Or I could go over it with this swirl one. Where did my roller go? Okay, so I'm getting a little bit painty here. I've got this one with curly Q things. Yeah, before I started today, I peeled this bag, the paint off this bag. It was so much fun. I think I need a little bit more paint on there. No, it's working good. Again, these ones are hot glue swirls. Just giving a bit more texture. Yeah, I like to peel paint. All right, so now we're at that stage. Now we need to find some stencils. And lo and behold, I bought far many stencils from Temu. Wait. Okay, so tracing paper doesn't like to be braided on. Just so you know, I need something bigger to wipe this up. Because we're going to be using stencils and shiny paint. Shiny paint. Metallics even. That's the word I'm looking for, metallics. You know, I probably could have pulled that too late. I could have pulled that, guys. Didn't even think. Did not think. All right. Good enough. Good enough. We'll just put that to the side. And we're going to pull my new stencils. I went a little crazy. So I've got these fun ones. I got words. I got mandalas. I got these ones that I thought would be absolutely great for doing, because you know my backgrounds are always so wild. I thought I would do these ones. I had it open. There it is. Let's open it that end. They're just like, you know, normally I just draw these kinds of things. But I figured if I stenciled a whole bunch on those dictionary pages and just had them, I could just grab and go. So that's why I've got those ones. They're not going back in that bag. That's silly. And then I've got this really swirly fun thing. You know, that could be a fun one to use. Yeah, I pulled these all out so I can look at them. Because, you know, I'm always looking for different textures. And because I've got a love-hate relationship with the Cricut right now, I'm not cutting any stencils right now. I figured now I've got enough variety, maybe I won't get tired of the patterns as fast. You know, I could probably do 2 or 3 of this down one, and they'll be different. I think that's what I'll do. Let's do this one. Nope. This one. And this one. We're going to use those 3. because I don't want, you know, a couple of those stencils are feminine, but that square one is masculine. The only thing then is I definitely have to cut across this edge on the paper, not the big edge, the long edge. And let's do that one on. How about this one? Because I've got the squares, so I can do it like this. That works. That works. I'll just go off the edge a little bit so that I can get the 3 on. Like that. Like that. I was looking for my polka dot stencil. I've got that one with all the holes, the one that I made. Can't find it anywhere. Okay, what do I want to use? Gold. Let's use this. I've got this metallic peacock pearl. Okay, Nina. Sweet dreams. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I don't normally order from Temu, but I figured, you know what? I wanted like those stamps, those car stamps and stuff for that journal I was working on. So I managed to use those. And then I also got this die cut because we all know how much I love doors and windows. And I got another die cut and that gear one that I'm not super happy with. Yeah, I do too. Okay, so we're going to use this blue. I have sponge things here. And I got paint all over me. Those of you who do not like to see paint all over people's hands, look away. Just look away now. So as I say, now I'm going to have to definitely cut along the short edges for this one. Oh no, I'm definitely not having fun if my hands are dirty. Yeah, their dyes are definitely hit or miss, but I had a vision, Malia. That card journal, I don't normally do masculine journals for one, and a card journal, those in my family who have the fun cars don't journal. That turned out lovely. Absolutely lovely. I like this stencil. I can see that I'll be using that fairly often. I don't want to hold it up just yet. Guess I need to overlap just a little bit. This is going to be much more delicate because I'm rubbing it instead of dabbing. I'm just looking for the shine, basically. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking for the shine. I might even still come in with that glitter glue stuff, that kid stuff, and do some swipes across to really punch up what's happening here. And this is metallic. I have a lot of pearl paints that give a little bit of a shine, but nothing overly heavy. Oh, I've got some bleed under because I wasn't very careful. But it's not bad. Bubble envelope in between the cuts. I've been using that fun foam. I don't know if you guys have used fun foam in your cutting machines, but the fun foam ends up being so thin. It's almost like I can't even explain it. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. You know what? I think I want to add just a little bit of this to it. Give it a little bit more color. A little bit deeper color because we can. That's a nice thing about doing things yourself too, right? You get to mix your colors. You get to try different things with, you know, especially for me because I try and do things so frugally all the time. Okay, we'll go back to pouncing. Guess I could have used a stencil brush. This is a very interesting stencil, I tell you. Lots of little swirly whirly things. And this one would be a little bit feminine, I think, for masculine journal. But I've got some, that I can use. And that's what counts. I can't see that I'll be doing a whole whackload of masculine. The only other masculine journal I did was for a grandson who wanted a journal that looked old. So I coffee dyed all the paper. I used burnt sienna, burnt sienna for the stamps and stencils, and I used gears and that kind of thing. So it's very kind of steampunky. And then for the cover, I covered it in leather. Hey, Tony, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh, see, I haven't. Oh, hi, Kathy. I haven't used felt, but I've got enough felt that I could do that. Stickers, they've got nice stickers. That's one thing I won't use is stickers. So, use 3 stencils on that. And now I don't know if I want to use some of that glitter paint or not. This has to dry. I could just do some swatches across with glitter paint if I want to punch it up anymore. But I'm going to consider this one done. And sorry, okay, yeah, I did use black on the other two. I had to stop and think. I'm going to cut it into strips, and then it's my faux washi. It's just on tracing paper. From what I've seen, everybody else using washi tape, they have to use glue on it anyway. So I figured, why not just do it my way and just cut it into strips. So I have, those of you who, let me just grab one with thicker strips. I was out of blue that I had made, so I had to make some blue. So this is yellows and greens, done exactly the same way. I used some white paint as well as the black for the stamping. Tissue, napkins, exactly the same. But I do it, and the strips are cute, like, anyway, that's what it's going to look like when it's cut up. Well, what's sticking here? Something stuck. We don't want that to stick. All right, we'll do this one. I don't want to use that blue. Let's use the gold. Got some washi sheets gifted to you. Nice. I'm going to use gold on this one. Those of you who know me, I am not a big fan of gold, but I got to use it up. Oh, I guess we need to find stencils. What are we going to use for these? I don't want to use the same ones. Now the trick is, where did Kim put the stencils down? Aside from these ones. I've lost them. Found them. Okay. So I got that. I think that's too big and chunky. I could do this floral one. No, I'm looking for masculine. So many flowers. These are lovely though. Got these tree things. That's kind of creepy. I could do that. I've got another one. And because it's going to be cut in strips, it's not going to look like that anyway. Well. Okay, I guess we get a swirly whirly one for the last one. Might as well do this crazy one. We're going to use gold. I'm going to take this other piece of sponge. Well, I'm not normally an enabler, but like I say, I needed to get some car stamps and that kind of thing. So I figured, well, since I'm placing an order, I might as well make it worth my while. Yeah, the trees are interesting. Using gold. Got a sponge. This also is a metallic. Spun gold. And then this white is a metallic. It's not going to show very much, but it's going to be that subtle hint of pretty. Pretty. All right. So I'm just using a sponge and we're just dabbing the gold on. So I guess this one, because there's going to be so much gold on it, it's going to be more gold than blue. But hey, our football team, their colors are blue and gold, so that works for me. Okay, Sherry, take care. Thanks for popping in. I've actually been lucky enough to have coffee with Sherry, her and Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society. We are due to get together again soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Jan and I got to play last year when I was at her place. I think we played gel plate. Did we play gel plate? I think we played gel plate. So it's interesting. I probably just could take this and just scrubby some gold on it instead of using a stencil. You can't see the stencil, but you can certainly see the gold. Once it's dry, it'll probably be much more transparent. And then, of course, Stephanie is part of that group that I meet Sundays once a month. Right. We did. We did. And we had some incredible soup. Pea soup. Yeah, if you do join that group on the island, like I don't even know where on the island this group is, Jan, like to be honest with you. But I know how much I enjoy the group here when we get together and throw ideas at each other, etc. It's just something really, really nice. Got a feeling the gold's a little heavy. I might definitely have to come in with some blue glitter paint. It's not dry yet. Yeah, it is. It's nice to have somebody to play with. Like I'm really looking forward to going and playing with the ladies this evening. And if it's just me and the lady whose house it's at, that's fine too. We have done craft shows together, and I used to play Scrabble with her mom. When her mom was in the hospital, I would go to the hospital and play Scrabble with her mom. Her mom was a killer Scrabble player. I mean, I'm a word game addict, but my word. Yeah, that's just it, Malia. There's actually another lady in Winnipeg that asked if there were ladies in Winnipeg that would like to join a group. But we're really happy with the group we've got. I hate to say it, I kind of feel snobby. I got more paint on my mat than I do on here, I think, on the paper. Yeah, I think it will be fun. I mean, even when on odd afternoons, Jean and I will play on Messenger and we'll do live crafting and Jan and I have done that. And it's lovely. Just having somebody to chat with while you're playing. So that's the thing with this is like everything else we do. Yeah, snobby me, yeah. Okay, I'm it's not that I'm a snob. I just really like the group. Yeah, because we've got like 20 people in our group, and that's just a perfect size. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I know, Malia. You know what? You have been so busy. You got kids. You're always busy. But yeah, maybe this winter we'll actually manage to get to do that. That would be lovely. So this is like anything else. You do a master board or whatever, and it's fugly. But once you cut it up, it works. So I'm not overly concerned that this isn't fabulous. I might come with another big stamp though, and top it off with maybe a white or something. I don't know. We'll see. We will see what happens when they are totally dry and I've got them all done. Okay, this is the last one I've got to do. And you know what? I don't care if it's swirly girly. I'm using white metallic for this. And it'll be what it's going to be. Yeah, and I mean, Tuesday evenings I play with the ladies from Defy. I'm going to have to miss today because I'm going to play in town. This is the lovely rose one. And I've got a lot of like homemade stencils. I just, like I say, I use them once or twice and it's like, okay, I'm done. But now I've got so many to choose from, I'll forget that I've got them and no, that's still wet. Okay, we'll just rip this. And the group that we hang out with on the Sundays is fabulous because we've all got, and you guys know this because we all say it so many times when we stream together and do hops and stuff. That, oh, this is very, very creamy paint because, of course, it's a tube paint. Um, we do swaps of various things, and everybody has such unique styles. See, I need to do ATCs for the group. Maybe I'll use some of this here washi on them. Who knows? I don't know. See, if I pounce this paint, it's really thick. So if I get some run under, so be it. Either that or I have to go really thin. But like I say, I can come over this now with that really big, heavy, swirly stamp I've got and do it in black or white. Maybe I'll do one in white and a couple in the black. And that will just finish it off lovely. It really does. Really does. I love it. I just love it. And I have to admit that, I mean, I taught what they called art therapy, but it wasn't art therapy because I'm not a therapist, right? But I worked with a lot of people with varying abilities, and it was more a case of helping with their fine motor skills and letting them create the way they wanted to. I had so many of them thank me because they hated art in school, but art in school has a specific curriculum that you have to follow, right? And this way I could just let them be free, create how they wanted. And I got many, many thank yous from both the people I worked with and their families because they learned additional skills. Um, but anyway, we have a true art therapist in our Sunday group. And I always feel kind of weird when we've got the swaps and the show and tell things because I, I, I admit I've got some mental health issues with my anxiety, etc. And I always wonder, does she see something? Oh, thanks, Vicky. So yeah, I just kind of laugh. I love the lady, but I just have to laugh and think, hmm, wonder what she sees in my art. To me, this is a process art thing, and that's just you get lost in the process, right? No, I don't think she does either, but I just kind of chuckle anytime, if she happens to look at the ATCs I'm swapping or whatever. I just kind of wonder, oh, if she could be in my mind, she would run. I mean, she's a love. Like, she's an absolute love. She's been running a program at her church for kids through the summer so that they've got something different to do. And she's using like a lot of natural sticks and stones kinds of things and seeing what they can create, like really giving them a chance to create. And I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that's part of what I miss too about teaching kids arts and crafts stuff, doing the groups. I think I got it all. If I didn't, oh well. Yeah, that's really nice and subtle, that one. I'll hold it up so you can see. It is metallic. I can see a bit of a glisten. Oh, probably, Malia. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. Yeah, so this is how I do my washi. Like I say, Stephanie showed us fun ways of doing washi using various kinds of tapes, like Wayne and I had done it. Of course, Stephanie brought all the fun toys to go with it so that if we were using the fancy, shiny cellophane tape, she had the. Hi, Kevin. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, hun. Alcohol markers. There we go. I'm making faux washi tape. Washi tape is something that people use when they make journals and stuff. I don't own any. I make my own. So this is not true even faux washi tape because it's not sticky on the back. But a lot of the washi tapes don't stick worth a darn anyway. So you have to glue them down if you want them to last. They're great if you're positioning something, like if you're taping in a journal so that you can do some grid journaling. I can't do that with this. Those of you who are unaware, the lovely Kevin, Tuber Chat, who has popped in, supports new channels, and he teaches us how to grow our audiences, and he connects us. Well, he doesn't connect us, but there are enough people in his videos and chats and everything that build a community. Like I've got quite a few people that I have met through Kevin's channel, like Maritza, and there's a couple of others. I'm drawing a blank. So yeah, if you want to grow your channel, please check Kevin out. All right, so this, I'm going to consider all these metallics complete now. Very subtle. The white is very, I am a mess. It's very subtle. This is dry now, and I really like the shine, but I do think I want to come in with that big, heavy swirl stamp. What do you guys think? Hey, Monica. Awesome. Awesome. They picked up that journal yesterday, guys. I'm really happy it's gone. So I'm playing faux washi today, those of you who just stepped in. So I started with a piece of tracing paper. I glued down some tissue, some napkin bits, some Korean English dictionary pages, rolled over it a couple of times, put some black on, and now I've done metallic through stencils. Is there somebody here I haven't said hi to today? I'm scared. I don't know. All right. So I've got all this extra paint on here. You know what I'm going to do? I have a plan. I've got my brayer off page here. I'm going to take this and a card, and I'm going to scrape it onto that. We're going to start with the blue. So either I can use this for very funky leaves in a collage, or I think it would make fabulous flowers. Can't really see the blue underneath anymore. That's okay. Got lots of white on top of the gold. And I don't care if I got it over. See? That was a lot of that white. I should always have a piece of paper out so that I can scrape extra paint on it. Good. Move that and let it dry. So, as I said, I think I'm going to come in with a stamp with black and go over these. Okay, Jan, take care. Hugs to Fiona and Jade for me. Those of you who are unaware, Jan is my sister-in-law. So this one, what do you guys think? Should I do it in black? Should I do it maybe in, I think black. We're going to do black. Gonna do black. Might as well. It's just the finishing touch. And even though I wanted it blue and I wanted it masculine, why am I using that one? Ideas? Anyone? Yeah, made up my mind. I'm using black. Yes, I use paint on my stamps. I should probably have a squishy thing under it. And then too, we all know, I can scan this and use it as backgrounds for when I'm printing out these little things, right? How to use the journal. Can you guys think of any stamps I've got that's more masculine? No, it's coming pretty good without the squishy thing. The squishy thing is fun foam, by the way. Those of you who don't know my technical jargon. Exactly, Malia. Exactly. It's here to be used. And because I do have stamp pads, but in my infinite wisdom, because we know I do this well, one of them was running really low on ink. So I ordered some from Amazon and I put it on my stamp pad, and it's water-based. And the stamp pad was not water-based, and it makes a big mess. I think I can get just a little bit in here. Just this. Just this. Me too. I'm going to consider this one done. And it's still transparent enough, right, that you can kind of see through. Consider that one done. Don't know if I want to use this one because I really do need some masculine stuff. And if I use a masculine stamp, even though it's got the swirly metallics, I could get away with. We all know I want to use this one. Sorry, I'm digging. I'm digging. I don't know. I really don't have very many, if any, masculine stamps. And I know that's not surprising because I just don't use them. No, I don't. I don't. So then do I just leave this one as it is? I think I'm just going to leave this one as it is. So I've got this that I could use. True, Stephanie, very true. I'm going to use that flower because I like that flower. Get a block. You can see my blocks are covered in paint. And a lot of those stamps, the cling is gone from them. So I've been using glue stick. Look how pretty. I've been using glue stick. I think I need more paint. Thanks, Teresa. Oh, way much paint. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. At least they're blue, right? Wait. Got an idea. I have this stencil that I could put on here like this. And I know that I probably should have used a clean brayer. Not too worried. And we will push that down with, why not? There we go. That's better. This one? This one? Yes, I made that stencil. Look, it's pretty. Okay, let's find something else. Let's use this piece of this. Oh, I wanted that. You know, you take apart a car. I got an old Haynes manual from our truck, and I've been using it. But these pictures are so cool to be using. But that's okay. Oh yeah, that's better. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. I see I got a whole bunch of white from that other one. Although now this really shows the swirly. Oops. metallic. Yeah, I made that stencil. I got a small one, I got a big one. And it's just on, keep losing this word, guys. The thick paper, not construction paper. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Cardstock. There you go. Totally lost the word. Thank you, Stephanie. Happy with this. But like I say, you can really see the swirlies. But once it cut in strips, it's not going to be as bad. But I think that really did better than a froofy stamp. This one I'll use that flower on. Yeah. Looks a little messy and a little busy. But I can live with it because it's going to be strips. So it's a little bit black and blue instead of blue. You know. Then we're just going to put these big flowers all over this one. Okay. You didn't think that one through. There. Yes. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. I have been drooling over your stitch markers and things. They're lovely. I don't know if any of you guys, well, I know some of you follow Carol, but she's got a 3D printer and she's been doing some incredible like cat stitch markers. And there was something else she was doing. It's like, those are so cute. All right. All right. So now, of course, this is on my mind. And on the fancy dancy ones, I'm just going to do a couple of, yes, the Rolodex, that's it. I use plastic folders too to make stencils. I've got a stack of them. I also have an old crazy carpet that I chopped up to make stencils out of. And I haven't done that yet. So remember when I said I was using up the Crayola paints to mark on the dictionary pages, and I wanted to use them up because they were taking up space? This is the shape of the markers, and that's the kind of brush that I used on all those dictionary pages that I am now doodling on, and I'm going to be using for collage fodder. So I just figured I would just do. Let's get a piece of scrap paper first, because this brush is all crusty and ucky. So this is what I used. Oh, I would absolutely love some stitch markers. That would be incredible. I will message you and we can play Let's Make a Deal. Again, I'm going to be cutting this up for washi tape. And this stuff, this glitter paint actually dries really nicely. You don't get glitter all over everything. I like it. That's going to dry almost clear. Okay, Teresa, not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah. Oh, isn't our postage crazy lately? I'm not going to, that's the only one I'm going to put this glitter glue on, glitter paint. But I've got a whole bunch of these too that have to get used up, so you know how it is. You guys, you know how it is. So I'm happy. I've got 3 sheets that I can cut into washi tape. And because I cut them anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to, I've done some 1 inch, but usually it's about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, you know, the size that I normally cut them. I get an awful lot. Hi, Janet. Nice to see you. I was making some faux washi tape using tracing paper today. And those of you, I don't know if you've seen Janet's latest creations. She has cabbage dye. I think it's the cabbage dyed paper, like the red cabbage dyed paper. And then she stenciled it with coffee or stamped it with coffee. They are stunning. Absolutely stunning. So we'll put these over here so that I can lose them. You know how I roll. And which one's dry? I think this one's dry. Let's cut some up. I will trim this stuff off the edges. I'll get rid of this because we all know Kim's going to dump it all over the table. We'll throw the paints behind me on the floor. These go over here because I'm working with them on another project because I've got 50 on the go at least. All right, I do have scissors, so we're going to cut off these extra little smidges of paper. I know, she's on an absolute roll. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I mean, I didn't dye papers. I just muck washed them and edged them with paint for that journal. And I know how long it took me to do those. What did I do? 20 pages? 20, 25 pages? It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. It took me all day. And putting them out to dry, like I had them in the greenhouse drying, it took a while. All right, so let's cut up some washi strips and see what we got. I don't measure. I just cut strips. That's kind of fun. Jean, I was talking about you. Were your ears burning? I was saying about how we get together and play some afternoons, and you've come up with all these fun things that we need to do. And, you know, so I did 3 sheets of washi, faux washi. This one's going to dry for quite a while because I put kids glitter paint on it. And that's going to take forever. And then, so I'm going to slice this one up and this one. She is an enabler. She is. Jean sent me a picture of what she's working on in her art journal. Am I supposed to still be doing that? Is that like, how long, was it 100 days of working in your art journal? I can't do that. I can play once in a while. Half an hour a day. I consider I do enough art that I don't. I've done my 100 days. Might not be in my art journal. So of course, yes, I will have to use glue. Look at that! I cut that totally cattywampus. Oh, Kim's not doing well here. Let's see. Let's maybe go by the lines at the top now that you're this far down. Make some straighter ones. Totally lost my train of thought again. 30 minutes for 30 days. All right. It's getting dark outside. It's been dark here. I've had to have lights on all day here. It's just a strange fall day. Guess it's the last kick before kids go back to school. I have to admit, I'm very happy with the way this turned out. That's going to be lovely washi. Still crooked. There are lines on here, and you'd think that even with straight lines, I'd be able to follow them. Not. 53? Well, it's only 57 here. It's a cold day. Mind you, where you are, it's, oh, thank you, Janet. See, I do it like a masterboard, right? Looks really fugly. Until you cut it up. Because, I mean, that's really, whatever. You know what I mean. I know you know. But I was out of blue. Oh, see, it's crooked again. That's okay. It's okay. I don't use the very big pieces, especially if I'm doing an ATC or something. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. See, that one's really crooked, but it's okay. I can just use like little squares of it. You know, these are just fun little scraps now. So look at all the little strips I got out of that piece of paper. One piece of tracing paper. I've got all this fun stuff to use. You need to go to a truck stop? Why do you need to go to a truck stop? You need road maps? So I'm very happy with these ones. My hands are very mucky. Oh, to take pictures, yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. And some of them are kind of blah, a little bit of white paint on them or whatever. But still, they're fun. They're still just a little bit tacky. So I'm going to just leave them like this to dry. Oh, that's the one with the glitter paint. Still wet. Right. Find a big bungee cord. Oh, yeah. That would be definitely very cool. Okay, let's chop this one up now. I'm going to trim these scrappy bits off the edges. Because I was thinking of Jean when I did it and I went over the edges. Because it makes it look like it flows better. Okay, now do I want to do them this way? I don't know. No, I'm doing them this way because I use 3 different stencils, right? I've got to do them this way. Right. Like this. And you would think, I've got this edge running along this edge that I would cut straight. Obviously, I do not. It's me. Oops. I think that was a little one small. Fun. They're fun. They are fun. So now I'm not going to have to make blue washi tape for about a year. I can't even remember. I think it's been a year since I've made washi. Do you guys remember? Aside from when I did it last, or, at the last group meeting. And I was talking, Jean, if you're still here, I was talking about when we did the washi. Stephanie taught us how to do washi tape on all kinds of different tape. And what works best on that cellophane, that shiny cellophane tape, is alcohol markers. But she also used like medical tape. Wow, that stuff is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I want to I can make some washi using that. And I know we used masking tape as well. And that holds all kinds of different mediums. That is an absolutely gorgeous piece. Especially it's got, the frilly, ruffly, swirly stencil with the metallic. And then it's got the lines from that other stencil that I used. I really like that. Come on. I need you to be in half at least, or something like this, and I can have a 1-inch piece. And yeah, you know what? It's not cut straight. There's a difference between this end and this end. But as I say, I don't use horking big pieces as a rule, unless I'm using it in a journal to cover up a hinge for a flip out. But, you know, I just watch for what I've got, and so basically, guys, masterboards on tracing paper. Do a masterboard on some tracing paper using all thin stuff like tissue, leftover napkin bits, really thin book. I thought these were thinner than they are. Oh, you know what? Well, this is a English Korean dictionary, and I thought the pages were a lot thinner than they are, but they are not as thin as I thought. Yeah, yeah. So I have lots. I have lots of other colors because I say, whatever. Okay, Stephanie, take care. Thanks for coming. I'd love to see your finished paintings. So yeah, that's how I do my faux washi. Yeah, it's a lot of steps. It's a process thing, but they're fun. And because we've all got so many different stamps and stencils, you can go absolutely crazy and make absolutely incredible pieces. I haven't tried doing it straight on tissue paper. I thought of trying that today, but I chickened out. Thoughts, ideas? Anyone? These ones all want to go face down. You know, and they would have been totally different if I'd have used different colored paint on them, of course, different stencils. Anyway, I would like to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. It's been 2 hours, and oh yeah, definitely they would be great as woven paper pieces. Definitely. I like doing woven paper. I use it quite often. So I'd like to thank everybody for being here. I hope you guys have a marvelous week. I will be back on Sunday going live at 12:45 because it is back to the first Sunday of the month. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating and visiting. I like it. Hugs to you all. Take care, everyone. Thanks for coming. Bye now.